Welcome to English Total Listening Practice Podcast. Don't forget to join us every week for fun, friendly listening practice designed to boost your skills and confidence. Whether you're walking the dog, washing dishes, or just chilling out, your ears will thank you. Subscribe now, and let's make language learning part of your everyday life. Try the comprehension test posted below after watching the video to check how much you understand. It's absolutely free.
Episode 22. The Hidden Power of Discipline. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our podcast, where we dive into science, psychology, and personal stories to help you with your listening skills. Today we're exploring a topic that many people misunderstand: discipline. Not the strict, joyless, punishing image you might get from school days, but the kind of discipline that makes learning possible, rewarding, and surprisingly freeing. So grab a cup of coffee or settle into your commute. Let's talk about why discipline is not the enemy of creativity or curiosity, but their strongest ally. Motivation is wonderful. It's flashy, emotional, and often feels like the real source of action. But here's the issue: motivation is inconsistent. It comes and goes. It fluctuates with your mood, your energy level, your stress, even the weather. If you rely solely on motivation to learn something, whether that's a new language, playing guitar, or coding an app, you will progress, but slowly and often in unpredictable bursts. Discipline, on the other hand, is motivation's quieter cousin. It's stable, it's predictable, it steps in especially when you don't feel like doing anything. You show up because you said you would. You follow through because that's who you're training yourself to be. There's a popular phrase: motivation gets you started, discipline keeps you going. But we might add, discipline finishes what motivation only promises. Now, there's a myth that discipline kills creativity. People imagine artists or innovators waiting for inspiration to strike like lightning, but the truth is that inspiration usually visits those who consistently show up. Think of learning a language. You can have a great conversation in English only when you've consistently practiced vocabulary, grammar, and listening. Creativity, the ability to express new ideas, tell stories, joke, exaggerate, or persuade, comes from fluency, and fluency comes from discipline. Or consider musicians. They don't sit around hoping their fingers magically remember a song. They practice scales, patterns, and exercises that look very boring from the outside. But this disciplined repetition is precisely what gives them the freedom to improvise on stage. In other words, discipline doesn't limit creativity. It creates the foundation on which creativity dances. When people hear the word discipline, they picture something enormous. Hours of work, strict rules, no fun allowed. But real discipline is built on small, consistent actions. Studying English for 12 minutes every day is more powerful than studying once a week for 2 hours. Why? Because daily exposure strengthens your memory, builds patterns, and reduces the activation energy required to start. You're not fighting procrastination every time. You're just doing what you always do. This is known as habit-based discipline. It's discipline that feels almost effortless because it becomes part of your identity. You're not someone trying to learn English. You're someone who learns a bit every day. Here's a less obvious truth. Discipline is often the result of your environment, not your personality. If your phone is right next to you, notifications popping up like popcorn, of course you'll get distracted. If your study materials are buried somewhere in your bag, of course you won't feel like learning. Disciplined learners often design their environment to make good habits easy and bad habits inconvenient. For example, leaving your English book open on your desk, setting your phone in another room during study, keeping a learning playlist that your brain associates with focus, or even studying at the same cafe where you always feel productive. These environmental cues reduce the need for willpower and allow discipline to function almost on autopilot. Emotional discipline. People don't talk enough about this. Learning anything new will inevitably make you uncomfortable. You'll feel confused, frustrated, embarrassed, or slow, and that's normal. Emotional discipline means staying with the discomfort long enough to move past it. When you start learning grammar structures like conditionals or phrasal verbs, your brain might protest. When you speak and make mistakes, your ego might protest. But discipline helps you understand something crucial. Feeling uncomfortable means you're learning. This shift in mindset is one of the most powerful forms of discipline. You learn to interpret difficulty as progress rather than failure. Here's the part people underestimate. Discipline isn't only about effort, it's also about reward. Deep, long-lasting reward. When you build discipline, you trust yourself more, you gain confidence, you feel proud without needing anyone's approval, and you become more resilient in every area of your life. The ultimate reward is freedom. The freedom to learn anything you want, to grow in any direction, and to build a life that reflects your choices rather than your impulses. Thanks for joining us today. If you take one idea from this episode, let it be this. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a pathway to learning anything, becoming anyone, and shaping your future with intention. Until next time, stay curious, stay disciplined, and keep learning.
That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed this episode and picked up some new words and phrases along the way. Contact us if you want to take a conversation course. We'll be happy to help with your speaking skills. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next one.